You're watching UnrealEntGaming. This is Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. You want to see me turn Super Saiyan? Or should I take it to the next level? I'm also the narrator, too. Next time on Dragon Ball Z, make sure and smash subscribe to UnrealEntGaming.
With Universe 6 having to be shrouded in mystery and knowing the fact that Saiyans exist on planet Sadala, with only 3 of them having to be well known, that being Kale, Cabba, and Caulifla, what if I told you that there is a fan manga that currently exists that takes us far beyond the Tournament of Power, far beyond Dragon Ball Super Broly, and even far beyond the Moral Arc, as this is the story of Beyond Dragon Ball Super Saiyan Slayer, as we dive more in depth with what transpired following the events of the Tournament of Power within Universe 6, as once more before we begin, if you are new to this channel and have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball and anime related, then be sure to smash that subscribe button on this channel and turn on all notifications to never miss a single upload, along with giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys love Dragon Ball and anime, as well as checking out the official Dragon Ball fan mangas playlist located down in the description box below, to where on that playlist you guys will be able to find all the latest and best Dragon Ball fan mangas created by the community for the community, so be sure to head on down below, check out the official Dragon Ball fan mangas playlist for all the best and latest videos on Dragon Ball fan mangas. As we kick off the Beyond Dragon Ball Super Saiyan Slayer Manga Chapter 1 special, as the narration opens up in Universe 6 by letting us know planet Sadala, age 784. Now, according to the creator, the events following this manga chapter actually take place after the Tournament of Power, after Dragon Ball Super Broly, and after Dragon Ball Super's Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc. So, the events of this take place a little after Z, but right before the events of Dragon Ball GT. As we follow up on planet Sadala, we get to observe how there are several individuals that seem to be gathered in loading up a vehicle, and among them we get to see how Caulifla is actually there as well, as she went along to tell them, let's get a move on. We're in broad daylight, you know, and on her shirt, if you guys were to pay close enough attention, you can see a symbol that eerily enough seems to be the exact same symbol that Whis had given Goku and Vegeta following their training during the events of Resurrection of F. So with that being said, we can only assume that at this point in time, Caulifla had perhaps received training from her angel, as of course we get to see how she seemingly enough is orchestrating somewhat of a robbery because she doesn't want anyone else to see them, being the fact that they are in broad daylight, as she only then goes on to continue, I'd rather not have to deal with that annoying Boy Scout. As one of them asks Boy Scout, she's talking about that scrawny Sadala Force punk who always messed things up for us back in the day. Oh yeah, I remember him, that cutie. So what's the deal with those two anyway? As one of them goes on to comment, I don't know, I just think they have history or something. As one of them points out, wow, speak of the devil, up in the sky we get to see how in fact the Sadala Saiyan Force army member Cabba is with Caulifla and having to look down on her, and I really appreciate the fact that Cabba looks incredibly badass. I mean, the outfit he has on really makes him pop. It actually makes him look as if he's a part of like this elite force, and with Cabba overseeing Caulifla, he then went along to tell her, this cat and mouse charade has played out long enough, Caulifla. As Caulifla looks up, she went along to comment, oh wow, if it isn't the shiny new commander of the Sadala Force, which bear in mind, if you pay close attention to Cabba's outfit, he also has the exact same symbol that Caulifla has, which basically furthers the narrative that both of them perhaps were in fact trained by Vados at some given point. As Cabba then went along to comment, there comes a point in time in one's life where they leave behind juvenile behavior. Seems a little overdue in your case. As Caulifla responds, ha! If looking out for those who desperately need it is considered juvenile behavior, then I think I'll stay just as I am. So I love this Goku slash Vegeta vibes that I'm getting from these two, because they really seem to have something against one another, as Cabba only then continues, no matter your motives, it will never change the fact that what you're doing is a crime. Just because you steal from those that are well off doesn't mean they deserve to be robbed. You have a good heart though, that together with your street smarts would make you an invaluable member member of the Sadala Force. Why not join us and make a difference the right way? As Caulifla goes on to respond, first of all, ew. Secondly, piss off. Don't you dare patronize me. I see your little promotion has blinded you to who the real top Saiyans around here is. As Cabba goes on to ask, the top Saiyan, huh? Well, since it's her schedule week for training, she's probably on the other side of the universe right now, under the ever-watchful gaze of Vados, as we then get to see how in fact Vados is there overseeing Champa and what appears to be that of Kale. Champa goes on to then comment, I still feel hunger. You will give me the remainder of your portion, woman. As only then to add insult to injury, what Kale ends up doing is just chowing down on the food that Champa had just demanded, which again I will add, the changes made to Kale, Caulifla, and Cabba, I will say, is one of the most impressive things about this fan manga, because it really goes as far as to show the evolution of the Universe 6 Saiyans. As an example, Cabba had joined an elite squadron, Kale is training with Champa and Vados, and Caulifla appears to be one of the lead masterminds behind this criminal organization, and everyone really has a chance to shine here. As Caulifla then goes on to tell Cabba, I doubt it. She's never been as invested in her training as much as you or I. Combat just isn't something she enjoys. It's almost unfair. Remember during the tournament, how she just kept getting stronger and stronger uncontrollably? Despite all of that though, the very little training she does grants her exponential growth in strength. It was a welcome surprise at the time, but since then, it's like she has an endless whirlpool of ominous power continually flowing into her, and for some weird reason, I really enjoy the concept idea behind Kale getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, that Caulifla has to inform Cabba that there's something very unusual about Kale, in the idea that she possesses an endless whirlpool of ominous power, and that to me personally when reading this reminds me so much of Broly, as she then goes on to tell Cabba, it takes me months to catch up to leaps of power that she makes in a couple of days. I couldn't be more proud of her newfound strength, but at the same time, I can't help but feel inadequate with my own. So if you're going to try and stop me from doing the one thing that lets me know that my strength still matters, then you better be ready for blood. And as Cabba and Caulifla stare each other down, there is a very tense moment between the two, because Caulifla just wants to be left alone, right? She's proud of Kale, but she feels as if she's not really catching up. It takes her months just to catch up to what Kale has been doing in a couple of days, and she really wants Cabba to be left alone. She doesn't want to be lectured. She doesn't want Cabba to patronize her or anything like that. Until then, out of nowhere, in between Cabba and Caulifla, there is something that ends up shooting in between them that's coming down from the heavens, and with both of them having to be caught off guard, this ominous entity, as we get to see a foreshadowing of what seemingly looks like death be shown from the aura emitted, this thing ends up hitting the ground right beneath Caulifla and Cabba, and with Cabba having to look on, he notices a portal on the ground that seemingly enough is opening up and getting larger and larger and larger, and through this portal we get to see how there is an individual that slowly steps out, and this reminds me something off of the movie Evil Dead. It just seems as if this person that's coming through, they have either malicious intent or they come off very demonic in nature, because then as we get to see this person exiting the portal, he comes off very evil, he comes off very sinister in nature. He doesn't appear to be that of a Saiyan until only then this individual is shown fully stepping out and unleashing a massive roar that literally shakes the entire landscape. And with Caulifla and Cabba having to look on, they went along to comment, what? That sounded like a monster, because this roar isn't any of the typical roars that we know about. This isn't something that comes off with someone having to be angry, but more or less, it sounds very, very demonic in nature. And with this person then having to finally settle down, he begins to sniff. And as he's sniffing, sort of like a wolf or a dog, he then goes on to cry out, Saiyans, as he wastes little time in charging directly in. What I really love about this concept idea is that this person, whoever he may end up being, steps out of this portal that literally came out of nowhere and wastes little time in charging right in. And I love this one panel shot because it really does remind me of when Broly initially took charge against Goku and Vegeta in Dragon Ball Super Broly, and with some of Caulifla's criminal friends having to stand idly by, they have no idea what's going on. They gasp because this person as he's charging in, lets out this demonic roar until only then we get to see how this person just suddenly stops. There's veins popping out of his face because as he was charging on in, Caulifla stepped forward in putting a stop to it by stomping on this individual's spine that caused him to hit the ground beneath him, and with Caulifla looking down on him, she went along to comment, "Nope," because Caulifla wasn't having any of it, as she went along to comment, "Disgusting. I can feel the murderous intent emanating off of you. What the hell's your problem, scumbag? You guys gotta get out of here now," as Caulifla's cronies are shook as they tell her, sure thing, as Caulifla is beginning to sense a murderous kind of energy coming from this individual. Nobody has ever seen him in Universe 6 before, and nobody really knows where this person came from until only then we get to see how there was an individual who spoke to this person in telling him, "Listen well, boy, this little excursion of yours took tremendous lengths to arrange, but alas, it was done as per your request. Now prove that you possess both the resolve and necessary skill to accomplish the task at hand." And as we get to see this person's head rise up from the dirt beneath him, he only then remembers as someone went along to tell him, "Least you wither and die in the agony of failure." And with Caulifla still standing on top of him, what he ends up doing is slowly moving his tail right around Caulifla's leg, as only then he uses that to swipe away Caulifla and then having to use his hands in striking Caulifla directly in the stomach. And this comes as a sudden surprise because nobody was really expecting for this to happen to Caulifla. Nobody was really expecting to see this unknown person having to just pop out of nowhere and deliver such a crippling shot to Caulifla, as only then this person ends up releasing Caulifla as she ends up hitting the ground beneath her with force. What's interesting to note here is the fact that as Caulifla hit the ground, she then went along to comment, "Oh shit, I'm losing consciousness already?" And with Caulifla fading in and out of consciousness, this person then went along to tell her, "Failure is not an option for me, Caulifla." And I love the overall idea that this person wasted little time in having to grab and put Caulifla down so quickly, as he only then continues, "Failure is not an option for me, Caulifla. Death to all the Saiyans," as the manga chapter special then comes to a close, with this individual having to finally reveal himself in all his glory as he now stands face to face against Cabba. Now, what I really enjoy about this fan manga special is the fact that it focuses on other characters outside of Goku and Vegeta, and I will give the artist credit for visually creating such a beautiful looking manga, because we've all seen fan mangas in the community before that looked really good or were decent at best, but this one I think is really mesmerizing in the fact that the artist put a lot of detail and a lot of effort into creating this in being one of the most visually pleasing mangas that I've seen in quite some time. And of course you guys can go ahead and check out his Twitter located down below, but what I want to know from you guys is, do you guys agree with the narrative of introducing this demonic entity that seemingly is going to challenge Caulifla, Cabba, maybe even Kale at some point, in which I really cannot wait to see, because if anything caught my attention, it was definitely Kale, because her hair grew longer, she looks a bit beefier, she looks like an actual woman, you know, so, and it's pretty cool because she's with Cabba and Vados, and I really can't wait to see the overall growth and development from that. But in the end, I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below about this, as I do encourage you guys to check out the creator and support him in what he's doing. I think it's a phenomenal thing to do, and all of these fan mangas are created by you guys for the rest of us to read and check out, so I do appreciate your time. Of course, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to go ahead and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon to never miss a single upload. If of course you guys are stoked, ready, and excited for more, then be sure to give this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below. Tune back in for the next video, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Take it easy, guys. Peace. And the quick little reminder before you guys go, if you guys are unaware, I do have a second gaming channel located down in the description box below, so be sure to head on over to Unreal Royale and hit that subscribe button along with turning on all notifications, as to there you guys will find all different kinds of gaming content that you will not get to find on UnrealEntGaming, titles and video games such as Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, Gears of War, Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, Dragon Ball Z Legends, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi Daiichi 3, Minecraft, Blair Witch, and many other retro games on that channel. So if you guys are into gaming, then make sure you guys subscribe over on Unreal Royale. I want to thank you all so much for your time, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming.
Also follow UnrealEntGaming on these social media platforms to stay connected at all times. And if you don't, then very soon you will all be dead! Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god.
The fuck, Zarbon? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes, but Jesus Christ, that's huge! What, Broly?
Frieza.
Uh-oh.
Prepare to die!
But once you get video, lots of likes, or Bill will turn you into chocolate! Vados, get over here! Tell these mortals that I'm the biggest UnrealEntGaming fan. This is my moment. I'm a part of his notification squad. Universe 7 can have all the fun. I just want the food.
And don't forget to leave a comment on this video. Show some love for the best community on YouTube.
Kakarota!